Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a really interesting set of session notes from a Shadowdark RPG game.
Yeah, this is session 3 from November 17th.
What makes this deep dive so different is that it's not just a story, it's a complete narrative reset.
Exactly. I mean, if you've been following the sources, you know session 2 ended in, well, a total disaster against those giant mosquitoes,
Oh, it's a bloodbath. Slugsmeg, Stirk, Frizz, all gone.
which forced the two survivors, Wattrel the elf thief and Creme Brulee the dwarf fighter, to pretty much immediately go on a hiring spree.
And what a crew they picked up. We get 3, let's call them wild cards, joining the group.
Definitely wild cards. First, you've got Chubbs Brendleshank, a goblin priest,
Yep.
and the notes say he's the half-cousin of the dearly departed Slugsmeg.
Then there's Murthon, an elf thief ranger, and Redbeard, who's this grizzled dwarf thief.
And the real challenge for the game, and I think for us looking at these notes, is how the story pivots. I mean, it goes from this primal survival horror feeling straight into high society intrigue and like political maneuvering. It's a huge shift in tone.
It had to be immediate, too. They get this mission pretty much as soon as the new group is formed. They have to rescue a young boy, Arthur.
And this is where the core conflict is. The local priest, this Dr. Lavinius, is convinced the boy has a demon and needs brain surgery.
Brain surgery.
Yeah. So the party has to figure out, are they stealing a kid away from a life-saving procedure, or are they rescuing him from a terrible misdiagnosis?
And it all kicks off in style. They go to Figworth's Manor.
The notes paint such a picture here. It's this multi-level granite mansion, slate roof, ridiculous wealth.
And the family is just as memorable. You've got the Lord, who's described as foppish, wearing out-of-date clothes.
And then the Lady Figwort, who's tall, hook-nosed, and you get the sense she's the one actually in charge of everything.
So sure. The whole thing starts with this really awkward dinner, roast pheasant, apparently.
And they lay out the problem. Their son, Arthur, who's 11, has just been causing chaos, mean pranks, destroying property.
So they send him to Dr. Lavinius.
But it's the parents' reactions that are so telling.
Yeah, Lord Figworth seems so detached. He's almost fine with the whole demon brain surgery thing. He just keeps deferring to his wife.
But Lady Figworth is desperate. She thinks the doctor's gone way too far and won't give the boy back, so she wants the party to get him.
By any means necessary, basically. A legal release or just steal him.
And the pay is 40 gold pieces. For a low-level party, that is a lot of money.
It is. And the moment they agree to the quest, you see the new group dynamic just click. Or maybe clash is the better word.
Oh, clash is definitely the word. Redbeard, the logical one, just cuts right in with why us.
A very fair question.
And Creme Brulee, always practical, asks how they're supposed to tell Arthur apart from, and this is a quote, other asshole 11-year-olds.
Perfect.
But the real star of the show here is Chubbs, the goblin priest. He's a whirlwind.
He really is. He starts by declaring his undying love for this group he just met.
And then, in the very next breath, he turns to Murthon and says, you know I never liked you. I just met you, but I've never liked you.
That emotional whiplash is something else. And then he just bursts into tears over his cousin.
Calling him Slurrypox. It's this incredible mix of instant friendship, sudden rivalry, and this really messy, intense grief.
And somehow, that seals the deal. The notes say they agree to start the next morning. It's chaos, but it's motivated chaos.
But then the whole mission gets flipped on its head.
Right, because the Figworth daughter does something. She excuses herself from the table.
And she pulls Murthon aside, privately. She tells him she thinks everyone has it wrong. It's not a demon.
She thinks Arthur is possessed by a fairy.
Exactly. She basically says Dr. Lavinius, being a priest, just jumps to demons for everything.
And this is the moment the whole adventure shifts. She gives Murthon a name, a contact, Billy Blurtweed on the Fey Hill.
And that new information immediately leads to probably the most interesting discovery of the entire session.
The mirror.
The mirror. Murthon is just kind of lingering in the drawing room, and he sees this mirror with Sylvan writing etched into it.
So naturally, he reads the poem on it. Mirror man, come to me. I will see your face on the count of 3.
And it works. Just like that. A man's face, noble, with dark features, appears behind him in the reflection.
And the reflection claps.
He claps his hands, and the mirror just changes. It becomes a shimmering portal showing an empty room on the other side.
And Murthon, to his credit, doesn't hesitate. He sticks his hand right through it.
He does, but when he pulls it back to show the others, the magic is gone. The portal vanishes.
He tries the poem again, but nothing happens.
And Wattrel, trying to be helpful, suggests a different count. 1, 4, 7, 3.
Which, of course, does absolutely nothing.
Of course not.
But I think we have to look at what Lord Figworth says when they ask him about it. He just casually says he bought it from a strange little man.
And that he uses it to promenade about.
To promenade about. What does that even mean? If the daughter's fairy theory is right, is he just covering something up?
It feels like it. Like, is he using this mirror as a gateway to the Fey realm himself? And maybe that's how this whole mess with his son started?
The notes say Lady Figworth looked really nervous, and the daughter wouldn't make eye contact. So there's definitely more to it.
For sure. But before they can dig into the mirror mystery, the butler pays them the 40 gold.
And like any good adventuring party, they immediately decide to go celebrate.
To go carousing. Which leads to some immediate consequences.
A full-on tavern brawl at the Jolly Fox Inn.
And if you're interested in the mechanics, this is great. The notes say they got 3 experience points for the chaos.
But they paid for that XP. A heavy price.
The very heavy price. They got banned for life from the Jolly Fox.
And the town guard taxed them 10% of their new fortune.
So their actions have real, immediate economic consequences in the game. It's brilliant.
The humor the next morning is just perfect, though. Trill admits he was putting poop in people's drinks.
In memory of Slug's Meg.
And Chubbs, nursing a massive hangover, just declares it tasted like home.
With that, they decide it's time to head for the Fey Hill, following this road marked by these 12 huge standing stones.
While they were drinking, though, they did pick up some rumors.
Right, some important ones. That a stone shrine nearby can cure sickness, but a lot of people who go there don't come back.
And also that there's treasure hidden on the Fey Hill.
So Trill, of course, decides he has to test the standing stones, even though Merthin warns him it's the wrong place.
And he claims it worked. He says it cured his hangover, and I made a dog bark.
He thinks making a dog bark is a sign of powerful magic.
Which is just perfect for his character. And that actually leads to the party's new mascot.
Romeo the dog. He's real. And Creme Brulee, the tough dwarf fighter, just instantly falls for him. She adopts him on the spot.
But that sweet moment is cut short pretty quick. They get to the ruins on top of the hill.
And Merthin hears a voice. Then 3 blood-red centipedes just flow out of the rubble.
The fight is fast and brutal. Merthin misses his first attack.
Creme Brulee smashes one, but the other 2 sting her, and she's instantly paralyzed. In Shadowdark, that is a serious, serious problem.
Trill and Redbeard manage to kill the last 2 before they can hurt anyone else.
And this is where the consequences of the brawl come back to haunt them. Chubbs, the priest, tries to cast Cure Wounds on Creme Brulee.
The one spell they desperately need.
But the notes are specific. His hangover is so bad that it affects his concentration, and he fails the spell.
Wow. So their decision to party directly led to a failed healing spell. That's fantastic cause and effect.
It really is. After the fight, once the dust settles, Merthin finds something else. A strange, coconut-sized blue egg.
The party's reaction is, again, so perfectly in character. Chubbs immediately says it looks like breakfast.
Of course he does. Creme Brulee has Romeo sniff it, but the dog just rolls over for belly rubs.
Utterly useless, so she just takes the egg to keep it safe.
They find a small, domed stone hut nearby, maybe where Billy Blurtweed is supposed to be. Romeo, the dog, walks right in and lies down like he owns the place.
But all they find is a bear skin. It smells like bear, but also a faint floral scent. No Billy.
So they need a new plan. And since they're banned from the Jolly Fox...
They find a new tavern, the Hen's Teeth. Looks like a total dive on the outside, but it's much nicer inside.
And the clientele is different.
Very different. The place is full of satyrs. Hume on top, goat on the bottom, just singing and drinking.
This is a huge sign that they are way outside normal society now. They're deep in Fey territory.
The innkeeper, Flynn, is super helpful, though. He confirms that the sturges, the giant mosquitoes, are in the woods nearby.
And he confirms the Shrine of Confession is nearby, too.
So they ask him about the shrine's guardian.
And this is maybe my favorite line in the whole session notes. He says the guardian is a giant owl that can talk.
A talking owl.
But he says it's regular-like, not a bear, and then he calls it, in all seriousness, a superb owl.
A superb owl. Did the players even notice the pun?
You have to wonder, right? Or were they just stuck on the fact that a giant owl is going to talk to them?
Either way, it's brilliant. They get a couple more leads from the tavern.
Merthin asks Flynn about the blue egg, and Flynn, predictably, says it would make a good omelet.
But the satyrs over here and give them a real lead. They say to find someone named Periwinkle Black to ask about the egg.
And as session ends on this really quiet, personal note.
Right, with Chubbs finally giving this long, rambling, detailed explanation of how exactly Slugsmeg was his half-cousin twice removed.
It involves a one-legged surgeon named Frothworth. It's just total nonsense, but it's his way of processing.
It's a perfect ending. So if we step back and look at the whole session, it's amazing how fast things moved. They went from a simple retrieval job to
To navigating magic portals, fighting giant centipedes, and now they're tracking down a fairy informant, a talking owl, and someone named Periwinkle Black.
all while dealing with hangovers and a new dog.
Yeah, and their choices had such clear, direct consequences. That 40 gold was great, but it cost them a ban, a tax, and a crucial healing spell.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I think the biggest unanswered question, the thing they left on the table, is that mirror.
The Sylvan Mirror, for sure.
Lord Figwar says he uses it to promenade about. If the daughter is right, and a fairy took their son, does that mean the Lord accidentally opened the door for it? Or is he hiding his own connection to the Fae?
That mirror feels like the key to the whole mystery. What truly happened when Merthin's hand went through that portal is still the biggest risk and the biggest unknown heading into the next session. The family's own secret might be the real cause of all their problems.